Wrestling Nerds Alliance podcast, featuring Robb English, Clifford L. Johnson, and
you know, I sit here and I try to think of something clever to say to start the show, racking my brain for the last couple of hours, but I don't have anything. I don't have a fucking thing to say.
Is it because you don't have any cold medicine this week?
No, that's not it. I'm trying to put my finger on what it could be, but I'm not quite sure. It could be maybe I'm done. Maybe we don't need to do this show anymore.
What are you saying, Rob?
Tapped out.
What do you say?
I am out of comedy gold.
What do you say?
I am done. I think it's about time for me to retire and put the jersey up. Take this mic. I'm going to bronze it. I'm going to put it up on the wall.
No.
For
you
excellence
can't.
in podcasting that nobody listened to.
You can't.
It's the last WNA, everybody. I'm Robb English signing off. Don't be that way.
Hey,
we had a good run.
You know what? I don't need you.
Are you going to go out on your own?
Damn right. I'm just going to tell stories for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read. I'm going to read the news. It's going to be called The Sexy Hour with Clifford Johnson.
Yeah.
Sexy
we're not going anywhere.
Introduce yourself, damn it.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm Robb English.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson.
And we are WNA.
WNA.
Oh, yeah. We really do need to get that intro fixed.
Oh, yeah.
Since we're not technically Wrestling Nerds Alliance anymore.
Oh, yeah. I'll go in there and I'll just bleep it all out.
Don't do that. It's going to be the worst intro ever.
Welcome to the bleep,
bleep, bleep. We did get a few people offering to do an intro for us.
Well, where are those people?
Well, we got people that asked, but it's like I don't know. You know how I am. I'm weird. I don't.
Dude, listen. I'm gonna tell you something that I've learned recently. Do not block other people's blessings.
I'm not trying to block anybody's blessings.
Yes, you are. When people offer you things, it is your duty to accept them.
Okay, well, let me put it this way. You know, for how long we've been friends and how long we've been doing this show, how nitpicky I am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
One would say anal.
I would hate for somebody to take their time and make a new intro for us, and I don't like it.
Yeah, but you can't, if you don't like it, you just don't like it.
And then I hurt their feelings because I'm like, you know what?
No. We're all big boys. Put on your big boy pants. If this shit wasn't good, do it again. Or
we literally, when we joked about it a couple weeks ago, I think I got literally 4 DMs from just different people that listened to the show that were like, hey, I could help you out with that. And I'm like, nah, we'll do it ourselves. Thanks.
Dude, you are a tool bag. That's 4 people that you just shitted on.
I did.
For no reason.
Sorry, everybody.
At least take the 4. I'm sure we'd get 1 out of the 4 and say, hey, it was 4 people offered up. This one was the best. That's how it works in this world. The best.
But then what if we get 4 and I don't like any of them?
What if you get 4 and they're all fucking and crazy?
Because that's the other thing.
What if they're
Go
all?
to
What if
Fiverr
they're
and pay
all
somebody
amazing?
And they'll do it.
What if you have 4 amazing things to pick from?
That's true.
You know what? You'll never know. Because you know why? Because you're blocking your blessings. And you're blocking these other people's blessings. They're offering their services. Take that shit.
So yeah, if anybody wants to help us out with a new intro,
send it to me at Cliff Does It All. Don't send it to Rob or the WNA podcast because I don't check that shit.
That's all me.
Most of the time. It's like an 80-20 split right now.
Oh, bullshit.
Seriously.
It is like a 95-5 split.
Hey. 85-15.
98-2.
No, fuck you. I told you I'm going to be a social dragonfly, damn it.
Yeah. Well, start spreading them wings, bitch.
Spread my wings and fly away to a place that I've longed for. Come on, Rob. I thought you were going to chime in. Was that too black of a song for you?
Apparently.
Must have been.
I didn't know what it was.
Wow.
Sorry.
Terrible.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Remember, it's only 1%.
I guess so. I see that 1% wasn't music.
I guess not.
It was just eyelashes.
What?
All you got is eyelashes. That's it.
I do have lovely eyelashes. Wonderful. Wow, what the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know, man. You came on with this old fucking somber, I'm quitting the show thing. I think that energy is just, it's just permeating through the microphone. So turn that shit up, B.
Hold on.
Turn it up.
All right, I think I'm ready.
The hell was that?
Let's take a shot.
Oh. There we go. All right.
All right.
I can't believe you don't know Troop. What's wrong with you?
What?
All right, moving on. Sorry.
What? No, see, you can't.
Where's Brent when you need him?
I don't know, man.
Shit.
Brent bullshits sometimes. He's all trying to be on everybody else's podcast. He doesn't want to come on ours.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm calling you out, Brent.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Let me do some with Mario. Let me go on, Besotted Geek. Let me
okay.
Let me go on 5 or 10 other podcasts. Let me,
Wow.
Boys have been down since day 1-ish.
Wow.
Can't even come on.
I thought we was
PJ.
fam, Oos.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Remember back in the day, I was like, Brent, if you guys ever want to do like No Holds Barred or Ready to Rumble or something like that, we got you. We'll do a joint show. We'll all cover it. P can be high as fuck. And then Cliff cannot. And I can maybe be drunk. I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Or we all do this shit well, no, P won't be sober. He's always high as giraffe ass.
Giraffe ass is the best ass to be as high as.
Yeah. So yeah, Brent. The fuck.
Whatever.
Fuck up, Brent.
All right, you shaking out? You good?
I think I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready. You want to do these quick hitters?
Quick hitters and go.
Speaking of which, nobody made that music for us. Who made that music?
You?
Yeah, what?
Well, make us a new intro then, fucker.
You have that voice. You have that intro voice now.
Well, then stop crying. Go. News is, as of a few hours before we recorded tonight, which is Wednesday, that the deal with Fox's purchase by Disney is a go. I think Comcast was the last competitor, and they have since pulled their bid. And it hasn't been officially announced yet, so this is technically still a rumor. However, all sources point to this shit getting done, and they're expecting to make an announcement tomorrow or Friday. I assume they'll probably do it tomorrow since Star Wars is coming out tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm hearing that it's for like $60 billion.
$60 billion.
Wow.
I saw something that said $68 billion, but you know.
Whatever.
You know.
What's $8 billion?
What's $8 billion? Could be 72. Who fucking knows?
So, of course, you know, people like us are like, ooh, does this mean that X-Men and, you know, and Fantastic Four and, Dr. Doom and, oh, shit. Ooh. But then there are some people at Fox that are like, are we going to have a job come Christmas?
Yeah. Now that is going to fucking suck.
Word that there could be significant layoffs. Which is crazy.
Well, if you work in this business, your ass get laid off every 6 months anyway.
So you just got a new job, right?
I sure did.
We can touch on that in a little bit, but let's get on to the next quick hitter.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah. Moving on. Apparently, you know, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, not knowing what the fuck they were going to do with Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble. Well, now the picture is a little clearer. It's looking like, because of the finish of the Kane-Braun Strowman match from Raw on Monday, that you are looking at Brock versus Braun versus Kane at the Royal Rumble.
Triple threat.
Oh, I just threw up in my mouth a little
Just a little bit.
Not because I don't want to see Brock versus Braun, but because Kane's there.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like you get a nice peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and you really like peanut butter and you really like jelly, and then somebody took a shit on that peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Shit in my peanut butter.
A nice steaming red pile of shit.
I mean, does Kane even look like he wants to be there right now?
I don't understand why he's there. I mean, I get it. He's a veteran, and it's a good thing to want to put over Braun, I guess, but I don't understand it anymore. I just
The man is running for mayor.
Right. Let that man go do his political duties and call it a day.
Every time I see him cut a promo or do anything in the ring, it is half speed, half-assed, and he's just kind of like got this look like, why the fuck am I wearing this goddamn mask again?
Right. I'm trying to run for mayor, damn it. What is this going to do to my campaign?
I know I'm under contract, but shit.
Oh, man. We really do have to... didn't you say somebody else did those commercials?
They did. We did that
Fuckers.
way back when we first started the podcast. That was one of the funnier bits that we did. We were making up attack ads.
Yeah.
And somebody almost like verbatim ripped off our attack ads and made videos out of them.
Bastards.
Glenn Jacobs wants you to believe that he's a fine, upstanding citizen. But we also know that he once murdered his family in a fire at a funeral home. Do you want this man running your local government?
What was the guy's name?
I can't remember his name.
I'm Larry Jenkins, and I approve this message.
I think it was something like that. Larry Johnson, I approve this message.
Oh, shit. Oh, quick hitters. Moving on. Did you see the promo for Jessica Jones season 2?
Did.
And it looks pretty great. And Jessica Jones season 2 will be coming to Netflix early 2018. There will be a Punisher season 2, and it should be late 2018 after Luke Cage season 2. And I believe Daredevil season 3.
Yes, yeah. So they got a pretty full slate of Marvel stuff coming to Netflix next year.
Hopefully not an Iron Fist season 2.
Okay, so I never watched Iron Fist, and I started trying to over this past weekend.
No.
I got about 4 episodes in, and I'm like, why am I bothering with this shit?
It doesn't get any better. There's literally one fight scene in that whole season that I was like, oh, this is what Iron Fist should be. And then that was it. And I was like, what the fuck? It was, to me, it was Marvel's first true dud. Like, they've had some skeptical things. Like, you'd be like, oh, man, Iron Man 3, I didn't like the plot twist with the Mandarin and blah, blah, blah. But
I like the plot twist with the Mandarin.
I didn't. I thought it was great to give, what's his name? What's the guy that played the Mandarin?
Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley, yeah. Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yes, pardon me.
I thought it was cool for him as an actor to be able to play these two kind of polar opposite characters, you know, in Trevor and in the Mandarin. But as a comic book fan, I really, really wanted the Mandarin, and it didn't have to be the Fu Manchu stereotypical Mandarin, but just the character's essence in that he was all powerful, what they were presenting as in the beginning of the movie. But anyway, I say all that to say Iron Man 3 was not a dud. It just had, I was okay with it as well, but with the change.
Did you see the Marvel one shot though with Ben Kingsley?
I did, and that kind of
played
made
up that there
it.
is a real Mandarin. Yeah,
and at some point, I hope that he exists on, you know, in one of the movies. Maybe he'll team up with Thanos or some shit. Who knows? But
damn sure ain't gonna see Robert Downey taking him on.
No. He's done after this shit.
I'm telling you, Infinity War 2, they're going to kill off almost all of the Phase 1 heroes. I'm calling it now.
They might as well. It's been fucking almost 10 years.
Yeah. And Phase 4 is going to start with all new, you know, you're still going to get your Guardians. You're still going to get, you know, probably Doctor Strange,
all
Black
new,
Panther,
all different Avengers.
Yeah, you're not getting Hulk, you're not getting Iron Man, you're not getting Captain America. You know, none of those people.
I think they'll probably keep the Hulk around. Hulk's probably the Hulk is cool enough that they can just
banner. I don't see Ruffalo
they
hanging
can
on.
Switch it up because there's a new Hulk now. There's Amadeus Cho.
What's his name? Cho.
Amadeus Cho.
Oh, I can't think of his name.
Amadeus Cho.
Amadeus Cho. There you go.
Said it 3 times.
Did you?
Fix your shit.
Oh, well, sorry. You know I don't listen to you.
Jeez.
My voice is the only one that matters.
Exactly. Yeah. Eat a whole bag of D.
Speaking of eating a whole bag of D.
Nah.
Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan. I have a theory, Cliff, and I want you to tell me if you think I'm on with this or not. Jason Jordan, they're continuing the whiny Jason Jordan storyline on Raw with him being Kurt Angle's illegitimate son and all. But I really believe that they are the only explanation I can have for the way they are booking this character is that they are trying to make you hate him.
Good.
And I don't even mean hate him as in like they want him to be a big time heel. I mean they want you to physically like how I do when Dean Ambrose comes on the screen. Fuck. You know, like I think they want everybody at home to do that. Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a reason for why I think they want this. I think they want someone on the roster to try to siphon some of that heat away from Roman Reigns.
You know what, though? If they do that, I'm okay with that.
You know, somebody that they will push down everyone's throat and he will be just universally hated.
I'm okay with that.
And have like a Roman take him out or something like that.
Because the difference in what they did with Roman when they shoved him down our throats is that they pushed Roman as a face, and he's supposed to be this ultimate Superman guy. But with Jason Jordan, they're pushing him right now, technically still as a face, but the way that they're shifting his character a bit, they're making it so that, yeah, you're like, oh, you're annoyed, not with the fact that they're pushing him, like you're just annoyed with seeing his presence on TV.
Right.
And I'm okay with that because he's still going to put on a fucking excellent match. Even if he cheats or if he comes out, you know, if he loses in the end and he just becomes a jobber to the stars, I'd be okay with that too. But at least go somewhere with this direction of what they're doing with this whole nepotism angle that they're doing with Kurt Angle. And if, you know, if a byproduct of that is that he does siphon some of that heat off of Roman, he has been getting more cheers lately. He has been, you know, not being booed as much since they put the Shield back together. And I think eventually once they turn the Shield and possibly either have another Seth or maybe even a Dean Ambrose heel turn, then maybe that'll get him back to the ultimate babyface. Who knows?
I used to want a Dean Ambrose heel turn, but now I don't want a Dean Ambrose anything anymore. I'm serious. I
think a heel turn would be good for him.
Dislike Dean Ambrose so much. I think I tweeted it out the other day that Dean Ambrose went from being like the kind of cool lunatic, you know, Mel Gibson's character from Lethal Weapon type, you know, character to he's your scrawny buddy that gets hammered and thinks he can fight everybody. And you just want him to get knocked the fuck out so that he'll shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, and leave you the fuck alone.
So he's you in high school.
Fuck you.
And that's why you hate him.
I didn't have to be drunk to want to fight people, though.
True. Oh, man. Stupid Dean.
Stupid Dean.
Yeah, whatever. I think it'd be cool, though. I like it. I like the direction they're going with it.
Well,
speaking of erection.
Ooh. Sprouting one right now, because I know where you're going. Like a lightsaber. It's making that sound right now.
That's right. As you hear this podcast, I will probably be in the theater watching Star Wars The Last Jedi.
I may be as well, to be honest with you.
I am so hella excited for this. And there was a promo that they showed the other day. It was just a quick TV promo that just says, don't spoil this, or don't let anyone spoil this. And it's just a quick shot, and you're just like, that's brilliant marketing. Because they're like, you know what? You get all the trailers in the world. You've seen enough. Don't even look at this shit anymore. Just come to the movie and be thrilled. And that is what I am. I am waiting for.
I can't wait.
I am like super excited. A lot of people hated on, like, since they're doing basically a Star Wars every Christmas. You know, they're already...
Dude, you know, I'm done with that kind of shit. I am so done with people that want to bitch about, we used to not have Star Wars. Now we're getting one every Christmas. Why they got to remake this movie? Why they got to reboot this? You know what? Shut the fuck up. Who cares? You know, if they reboot something, it doesn't make the old one go away.
Right.
One of my favorite movies of all time, I can sit here and recite that movie from beginning to end right now with my eyes closed. I could do it in my sleep, is Ghostbusters. I didn't get pissed off when they fucking rebooted Ghostbusters with an all-female cast. I wanted to see what they did with it. I didn't like it. I thought it had some funny points, but I didn't think it was great. But it didn't make me go, oh, they ruined Ghostbusters for me. No, because if I want to watch Ghostbusters, I'll go put in Ghostbusters.
Right. It's not like... it's
still there.
Ghostbusters still exists. They didn't erase it from the history books. It's still there. You can just go watch that one.
So, you went 30 years almost, 20 years, whatever, between Star Wars movies. Then you had the shitty prequels. And now they're doing new ones. They're continuing the story. And in between the new movies, you're getting another story that either tells something that you didn't see happen or is telling a new story, and you want to bitch about it?
Yeah, I never understood that.
Come on.
I never did.
Sorry, I went off on a tangent there,
didn't I? You went on a bit of a tangent. We were just talking about how excited we were about Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Speaking of...
whatever.
Yeah. Speaking of people that went off, did you see the Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega happenings in Japan over the weekend?
Yes, I did.
Holy shit.
Alpha versus Omega. This is how you build up a fucking match.
Yeah.
I love it. I fucking love it. And I, for one, cannot wait until Wrestle Kingdom. It's going to be great.
I am very interested to see what they're going to do. I mean, you had, Jericho sneak up on Omega, hit the code breaker, in the middle of the ring. And then you had Jericho at a press conference. And did you see Omega come flying in and just tackle the shit out of him?
I didn't see that one yet.
Oh, you need to check that out.
I gotta go back and see that one. I only saw the code breaker, and then he, hit him with the belt and bladed him. And he was fucking throwing referees and young boys out of the ring, and it's like, shit. They're really going hard with this. I thought Jericho was going to be the face in this whole thing, because I could have swore Kenny Omega was a heel in Japan.
Yeah.
But, maybe they're just going to do whatever they want to do with this one. But I love it, though. I love the build-up.
I'm very interested. I think everything that they've been doing so far to build this up has been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And like you said, I can't wait for Wrestle Kingdom.
Is it... I think I may have read somewhere, but are they playing this up as if it's like a WWE invasion almost, or if it's WWE versus New Japan? Or I
think they are, but I haven't seen any of their advertising. You know what I mean?
Either way, it's cool as shit.
Yeah,
I love it. And just to see Chris Jericho back in Japan, that in itself is awesome. And the fact that he's once again kind of flipped his character a bit. Now he's the alpha, still talking about being the best at what he does. So it's still Chris Jericho, but it's still another little, I'm going to turn it up a little bit. And he's coming out to his own music. So that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a fan of the Chris Jericho hair right now.
Well, he's always had weird hair.
Yeah, but now he...
Sure, he's not a fan of your hair either.
Yeah, well, fuck that. I can't help my hair. He can.
All right. How about the motherfucking quick hitters?
And done. Oh, I feel better now that we got that out.
Yeah, it's out.
It's out. It's on the table.
It's all out in that bitch.
All right. So now that we're done with that, this is kind of we're going to switch over to a serious topic here. One that I'm kind of, I don't want to say hesitant to talk about, but one that I am a little, I don't know how to put it. We're just going to put it out there. Obviously, the big news coming out of last week was the arrest of WWE superstar Rich Swann. He was arrested and charged with battery and false imprisonment kidnapping. He had a incident involving his wife, Vanara Riggs, who performs under the name Sue Young in the Independents, and they were coming back from a show in which Sue Young had performed. They were in the car, and apparently they were critiquing her match on their way back home in Florida when, during this discussion, the conversation, I guess, took a turn, and they began to argue, and she requested that he pull the car over, and he would not do so. So she jumped out of the car. It was slow moving at the time, but she still jumped out of a moving car and ran up to witnesses saying that she was concerned that the argument was going to escalate because he has a temper. At this point, Rich Swann then jumped out of the car himself. The car was not in park. The car was still moving, and it collided with a telephone pole. He ran up, and witnesses say he put her in a headlock, dragged her back towards the car, forcibly made her get back into the car, and drove away. They were stopped a few miles ahead by police, and they were questioned. And she claimed that, Rich has a temper sometimes, and she was concerned that the argument was going to escalate, so she got out of the car. He would not let her. He claimed that he never put his hands on her, but he did ask her to get back in the car because he had her phone and they were using her GPS, so she needed to be with the phone. He was arrested. He was locked up, and he is now, per the terms of his WWE contract, been suspended indefinitely. They have a zero tolerance policy when it comes to domestic violence. No word yet on any additional, charges or, if they're still moving forward with this. But he was due to wrestle Drew Gulak on Raw this past Monday to find out who was the number one contender for the Cruiserweight title. And on Raw, they explained his absence by saying that his match was rescinded, and they were having another fatal four-way to determine a new challenger or opponent for Drew Gulak next week to determine the next challenger for Enzo Amore in the Cruiserweight title. Obviously, this is not a joking matter. I feel for his wife. I feel for him because, anytime a situation like this happens, regardless of whether or not he was the aggressor, this is still a married couple that is going through problems right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, personally, I think a man putting his hands on a woman is disgusting. I lost a great deal of respect for Rich Swann when I heard about this. It's just sad all the way around. Odds are, if I'm a betting man, he's going to lose his job. And in my opinion, if he put his hands on her, he deserves to lose his job. But it's just kind of sad all the way around because this is a guy who, let's face it, he's a cruiserweight. He's not very big. To even get a shot in WWE for a guy his size is an achievement in and of itself. He's got charisma for days. He could have been a big star in the company. And it's all gone because he did something stupid. And for her, I mean, like I said, I have no respect for a man that puts his hands on a woman like that. This is her husband. This is somebody you're supposed to trust and, believe that they got your back, not that they want to put their hands on you. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what caused it to escalate to that level, but it's just, like I said, it's just sad all the way around.
Yeah, man, it's always tough when you deal with domestic violence situations. We don't know their backstory, and we don't know what they have been, what they've been going through as a couple, what they've been going through as, what they do behind closed doors. I know from personal experience, I've been involved, what my parents went through shit when I was little, going through, and this is, probably not, this isn't news to like people in my family and whatnot, but it may be news to some of our podcast listeners. I'll get a little personal for you guys for a moment. Just from, my mom and we've talked about our parents, both Rob and I have talked about our parents with, substance abuse and alcohol abuse issues before, very briefly on the show. But there was, I remember an incident where, my mom was trying to get out of a moving vehicle during an argument. And it was one of those types of things where it's just like, they were arguing, but at the same time, my mother was she was endangering her life, just by, trying to get out of a moving vehicle. Like, that's just not, it's not a smart decision. I mean, there was no imminent danger, at least from my point of view. My dad wasn't, he wasn't trying to put hands on her or anything like that. But when you do, and I've seen it happen to where she tried to get out of the car, she couldn't because she was too drunk to find the unlock button. And then there was another time where she actually did get out of the car, and my dad did grab her and put her back in the car. So I can't say that I'm on anyone's side here. And, you always want to give the benefit of the doubt to, of course, to the woman in this situation. But being from seeing it firsthand, it's one of those things where it's just like, wow, like you don't know which way to look. And as a child, when you see something like that, you want to say, geez, like, Dad, don't grab her like that, or don't, but it's just like, at the same time, you're like, hey, you just could have died, If you jumped out of a car while it's still moving, who knows if you catch the run at the right speed, if you don't, if you hit the car door, if there's another vehicle coming,
traffic.
Like, you don't know. So it's just like, for me, like I said, if he did put hands on her, and if he did, hold her against her will, like, that's a crime. If she says, let me go, even if she did jump out of the car, then he broke the law by putting her back in, Yeah.
She wanted to get away from him at that moment.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation was, he made it according to witnesses. This is not even, her word against his. Like, there were witnesses that said, no, he got out of the car and he dragged her back in forcefully.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then, he broke the law, and that's something that he has to atone for. But it's so difficult, man, when I see and hear stories like that, especially coming from a place that I've seen both sides. I mean, I've seen it, to where it's just like you don't know who's at fault,
Yeah. I mean, I think, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to maybe sum it up in a way to where it might explain better the type of relationship that you're explaining, when it comes to your family. Was it seemed like maybe your mother and father, there was a bit of a toxic relationship there.
For sure.
Where neither one was really in the right frame of mind when it came to how they were going to handle each other. But yet both of them were at fault in how their behavior affected the other.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other, instead of being a bigger person and walking away, reacted the opposite way.
Exactly.
And you don't know. I mean, that's the thing. You don't know, like you said, what type of relationship these two have. That in no way is an excuse. I mean, we're all adults at the end of the day. You should be thinking differently. But sometimes in the heat of the moment, you don't. There's been times to where I've said and done things in the heat of the moment. Lord knows, going back over my life to where I'm like, God, I really don't know why I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, arguments with my wife where, I've never once put a hand on her, but I know I've scared the shit out of her because I'm a puncher. And when I say I'm a puncher, I hit things when I'm angry. And I'll put dents in walls. And, I thought I broke my hand once because I got so angry that I just literally, with every force in my body, dropped my fist down on a counter so damn hard that in that moment, I didn't feel it. Days later, swollen hand, I felt it.
Jeez.
And I'm thinking, why did I do that? But at that moment, it just seemed like the frustration was coming out right there.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people don't react the way other people do. Their frustration comes out in violence.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, like, even when it comes to stuff like that, you could probably get some people who would say, oh, well, Rob, that's a form of intimidation.
Yeah.
And to a certain degree it is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm 6'2", 240. My wife is barely 5'4", if that, maybe even 5'3", barely over 100 pounds. So me acting like a stupid gorilla and pounding on the counter, yeah, I know that intimidated the shit out of her. But at that moment, I wasn't thinking like, you're going to scare the shit out of her. She's probably going to think you're going to hurt her. Yeah, it was literally just like me pounding. Yeah, me pounding on the counter was like, get the fuck away from me right now.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing, like, it's always because we're men, okay? And we're just humans. I mean, I've pissed people off, and I've been pissed off. And some people have been pissed off at me at no fault of my own. So it's like you have these different scenarios that goes through and that happens, and you're like, oh shit, does that make me a bad person, or does that make them a terrible person? Am I going to look at Rob different because he hit his hand on the table? You know what I mean? It's just like, right. It's so much deeper than that, and it's not just like people fuck up, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Players fuck up. That's just, it happens, and it's just like, you don't want to ever make excuses for anyone, but at the same time, you don't want to be so, unforgiving that you take everything that everybody does and hold them to it forever. You know, and it's just like, at what point do you say, okay, no, what happened wasn't right, but I forgive you. You know, and it's just like, it's one of those things, man. It's difficult when it comes to anything like that, you know. Even all the stuff that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago with like the Harvey Weinstein incidents and everything that's been going on in Hollywood. And even I saw something, this is kind of going on a tangent, but I'm thinking about it right now. John Oliver confronted, I believe it was Dustin Hoffman.
Really?
On something. They were having an interview, and Dustin Hoffman was, I forgot exactly what it was, but it was like, it wasn't an award, but it was like the celebration of like a movie. I don't remember what it was. Is it Dustin Hoffman or Robert De Niro? One of them. Anyway, sorry. But he asked him about some allegations that happened, 30 years ago. And
well, Hoffman was one of the people that had allegations brought against him after the whole Harvey Weinstein stuff started coming out. I don't know about De Niro, but yeah.
I'm trying to remember if it was. I'll pull up the story just so I can have my sources correct. But anyway, it was just like, he basically was like, if it was something that I did, 30 years ago, I'm a different man than I was then, and blah blah blah, and it's just like, that may be true. You may be a different man than you were, and it's different if you if you attest to it, or if you fess up and say, yeah, man, that was me, but that's not me anymore. Then that's one thing. If he's like, well, I don't know if it happened or not, and that's kind of the way Hoffman presented it, like, well, if that did happen, then I apologize, but that's not me, blah 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 blah. But anyway, it was Dustin. It was Dustin, yeah, just thought. But it's one of those things. It's just like, okay, if he was a dirtbag 30 years ago, and he he didn't have the forum, or his celebrity overshadowed it or whatever, and he's like, in 30 years I've grown, and that's not me, then it's just like, oh man, are we going to crucify him now? Are we going to vilify him now in 2017 for being a creep 30 years ago? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things. It's just like, shit. It's I don't know. And I get frustrated because I've come from a lot of different shit in my life, just from abuse and from drugs and alcohol and things like that. And I've grown a pretty thick skin, and I've forgiven a lot of people. So I just be thinking like, dang, y'all can't forgive, huh?
Well, I mean, I think that there's certain things though that you can't, I mean, again, you talked about kind of broad brushing things, when it comes to behavior, is what happened between a married couple. Again, we don't know what their relationship is behind the scenes. It's not really our business to know. If something like that comes out based off of things that they decide to share, that's up to them. But you can't assume without knowing.
True.
When it comes to the situation that happened with Rich Swann, and you talked about the situation with Harvey Weinstein, I'm sorry, Harvey Weinstein, there's way too much smoke to that fire. And if he didn't even half of this shit, he's
continually
reprehensible human being.
Yeah,
there's no forgiveness for that.
Yeah, there hasn't been any changes in his behavior in the last 30 years. He's probably gotten worse. So that's different.
With Rich Swann, if he, according to witnesses, did assault his wife, yeah, he's a piece of shit in my book.
But what's assault really?
Putting your hands on her, period.
I hear you. I mean, I've never put hands on a woman before.
Even if it was another man, I'm sorry. There's no reason to physically put your hands on somebody in anger, unless it is no. Let me finish. Okay. Unless there is a situation where it is for your own safety or the safety of somebody else to try to stop them from assaulting someone else. Okay.
I agree.
There's no reason to do it any other way.
I agree.
But do you say, like you were saying, do you not forgive him if, he, says, hey, in the heat of the moment, I did something stupid. I've sought counseling. I've, whatever. Well, yeah, he does deserve to be forgiven. But we don't know what happened. The only people that really know what happened are the two people that were in that car.
True.
The witnesses saw what they saw. Make no mistake about it. And from my understanding, these witnesses, it's not like these were friends. These were just random people.
Yeah.
Okay. They have no reason to lie. So if he did put his hands on her, well, then yeah, in that moment, you're a piece of shit. And right now, I think you're a piece of shit. What are you going to do about it from here? Yeah, can you handle that, Rich? What are you going to do from here?
Yeah.
And do I think he deserves to lose his job? Well, yeah, I do. WWE is within their rights to fire him. They have a morality clause in their contracts.
Yes, technically, yes. However, for someone to lose their livelihood over something, it's a thin line for me, man, because like I said, if let's just say hypothetically, somebody at my dad's job found out, that my mom jumped out of the car when we were little, and he got fired from his supervisor position. Like that, what? Okay, he got kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what about the kids? You know what I mean? Like it's so many factors that go into it. I can never really just say, like, unless you're just if you're a continuous like piece of shit and you need to be punished to learn a lesson. Mm-hmm. I get that. If it's something like, yeah, you did something so bad that you have to do jail time, and even then I think the judicial system is a bunch of bullshit as well. But I get it. You do the crime, you do the time, whatever. But that's the one thing that I don't agree with, is that like you take people's livelihood away and then you expect them to get better. And it's just like, how do you expect me to get better when you throw me out on the street? You know what I mean? Like it's a difficult thought process.
I think the argument to be made in that situation would be, no one says that you have to do this for a living.
True. You can find another job, yeah, but still.
Your behavior caused you to lose out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and employment, something that you've probably been dreaming about for your entire life.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, it's like we've been talking about this for a while now, and there's no right or wrong answer here. You know what I mean? Like there's
and it's
right
all
or wrong
speculation
answers on
from
both
us right
sides.
now because we don't know. I mean, if it turns out, and we'll probably never really know because we weren't there. But if there's some tape comes out, or if I hear some, eyewitnesses account, maybe my thoughts will change. But right now I'm just going off of my own personal experiences and knowing exactly like what those situations can escalate from and how they boil, how they boil over. And not to say that, anybody is right or wrong in their own, in their own actions or whatever. But, either way, I'm going to pray for Rich.
Yeah. Pray for his wife.
Pray for his wife. Pray for his family. And, I hope whatever happens that the lesson is learned from this experience. I'm just a nigga on the podcast. That's all.
Oh, wow. So now that we've just spent the last 20 minutes or so depressing the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, this week is a little bit we're on a whole different plane here of existence. I think for me personally, I have been doing a lot of soul searching recently. So there's probably going to be a lot of changes just in my own structure, like my own life. I feel like I'm becoming an adult male. Like I feel like I'm becoming a man.
You're no longer an immature man, baby?
No, man. I still have it in there because I'm still gonna go watch Star Wars. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like week by week I'm maturing more, and I just feel like a man.
Wow.
I feel like a man, baby. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think it's just gonna be. I'm still gonna be fucking witty me, but I think there's some things, and I think I'm gonna be more willing to give my opinion as opposed to, playing up to our audience, so to speak. I'd say you'd probably get about 98% me on the show.
Wow.
And I'm trying to give you 100. We have conversations off air. It's just like, I don't think I'm going to say that. I'm not going to say that on this show today. Someone might be offended.
Can I just say that our last few episodes really have run the gamut of us.
Yeah.
2 episodes ago, we were just foul and
crazy
and obnoxious. Last week, we were a little goofy, but had our moments where, we were trying to be professional. This week, we're super serious and boring.
I don't think this is boring at all.
No? Well, yeah. We'll find out. I guarantee it. We'll find out.
Like, this is one of the most boring episodes of the WNA of all time.
Wow, guys. Thanks for depressing the shit out of me on a Friday. You're welcome.
Why don't you guys do cold medicine again?
Yeah.
Let's do something funny. Before we get into the next segment, you should find actually, no. While you're doing the mailbag, I'm going to find you AJ does Twitter.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to reach my hand deep into the
mailbag.
All right. We got one question this week.
Just one? You guys fucking hate us now. What's going on?
No, I never put up anything asking for questions this week. This one was just volunteered to us. Volunteered to us by our buddy RJ Krasinski, RJ_KRUSZYNSKI on Twitter. RJ from The Rant. RJ recently started his own podcast, The Ringside Rant. Go ahead and give him a listen if you'd like. RJ sent us a question asking, I should say, best tag team in WWE right now that is not named Usos, New Day, Shield, or The Bar. RJ, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, wait. Not Usos, not the Shield, not the Bar, and not who else?
And not New Day.
And not
so
New
you
Day.
don't really want to know who the best tag team in WWE right is. You want to know who's the fifth best tag team.
So
okay.
Guys, who's the fifth best tag team in the WWE?
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with... I'm going to go with Red Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they've won the tag titles on NXT TV yet, but spoiler alert, it's probably going to happen in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with Red Dragon. I love Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly.
I will go with the Revival.
Revival is on injured reserve. They don't count.
They count in my book.
They don't.
Scott Dawson should be coming back. Okay, fine.
An active tag team.
Gable and Benjamin.
There you go. I'll give you that one.
Hey, Cliff, who's the sixth best tag team in WWE right now?
The sixth best tag team? Sanity.
Okay. I'll go with Bludgeon Brothers.
I was going to say Bludgeon Brothers.
Hammers, y'all.
Hammers, y'all. Yeah. That's a good one.
Okay. Thanks, RJ, for the weird question.
Actually, the Bludgeon Brothers, although I still hate the name, I'm loving them.
I didn't think I would, but
I didn't either.
Love it. You know why I love it? Because they beat the fucking piss out of
big ass dudes beating people up. That's exactly that's what I want to see out of a tag team.
It's barbaric.
I want big ass beast tag teams that just kick the shit out.
I forgot his name, but
that's always
been
a guilty pleasure of mine, dating back to the Road Warriors, Demolition, Doom, fucking, oh God,
the Natural Disasters.
Yeah, well, just something about, I mean, John Tenta, Earthquake was awesome, for a guy that big to be that, quick on his feet, but yeah, still, it was just two big fat guys in singlets.
Yeah.
So that was the mailbag.
That's weak.
Yeah.
For shame on all of you who are listening right now, because
don't shame them. It's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. You don't take the blame for people not sending in questions. We don't have to tell you to send in questions for you to send in questions. You just send them shits in. All right?
Wow.
WNA podcast. Google that shit and send us some fucking questions.
Wow.
Yeah. See, you got me all out. I got saved and y'all, ooh.
Wow, you wanna settle down there?
No, y'all got me feeling one right now.
Wow.
This is ridiculous.
Wow.
Ask some damn questions.
Hey, you wanna settle down?
No.
You got a tweet for me?
I'm trying to find one. There's so many. Of course, there's so many. I'm just going to find a good AJ tweet. Because the only other person that sends out compelling tweets that I think would sound funny in AJ's voice is Donald Trump.
Oh, God.
And I just don't want to hear another Donald Trump stupid tweet.
No. All right, let me think here. What's a good one? Fred wanted me to read that one. I'm not gonna because I just it's a nice tweet, even though there's a bit of controversy swirling around this Keaton Jones kid.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not gonna read that one. Let's see. This is compelling radio right now. Don't worry, we can cut all this.
I don't want to cut it.
Why?
Just 'cause these fuckers need to know.
They need to know what happens behind the scenes.
Ooh, all right, I got one for you.
Why is everybody sending AJ Styles Elf on a Shelf pictures?
What?
I'm looking at his Twitter feed, and that's what I'm seeing.
Oh. Here, I'm just going to send this to the WNA podcast. This is just it's a net neutrality tweet at J No Hose.
Where is it? Did you?
I just replied. So you should be able to click on it and then scroll up or something. Or I might have to copy it all the way.
Hold on. You did it under your account?
Yeah.
Go to your account. Okay. Oh, wow. Is this Ed Roland? Is this Ed Roland? Hentai enthusiast? At J No Hose.
Oh,
Here we go.
all right, so
Maybe this way.
This is AJ does Twitter and action.
Websites we will lose access to without net neutrality: Google, Wikipedia, Twitter, Pornhub, Hentai Haven, Uber, Snapchat, Spotify, YouTube, every online class, Facebook, Netflix, SoundCloud, Gmail, Instagram, all online games and networks, all online shopping services. And if you think that net neutrality needs to be repealed, gonna get a forearm to the side of your face.
Georgia.
You can't take a forearm to the side of your face and get out this business. Get off the internet.
I was gonna say, get off the internet,
Georgia.
If you can't take a forearm to the side of your face, you need to log out your Twitter account. Oh, man. Fun. This has been AJ Does Twitter.
Thank you, J No Hose.
J No Hose. That's the funniest, one of the funniest names I've ever seen on Twitter. J No Hose. Lord, do we have anything else we want to talk about today?
Yeah, because you brought it up earlier, and I didn't know anything about this because I've if this came out today or whatever, I've been pretty much off the internet for most of the day. This whole Justice League Iris West.
Oh,
shit.
yeah. So there's a scene in Justice League that was filmed with the Flash saving Iris West. Do you remember in the trailer when they had that really like super slow-mo shot of him poking the hole in the glass?
Yeah.
So they actually had that scene. That scene was supposed to be the Flash saving Iris West from someone. But they ended up cutting it from the film. And now they're saying that there is a chance that they're actually going to be recasting Iris West for a Flashpoint. And Kiersey Clemons was supposed to be Iris West, and she was cast when Back when they had the first, what was his name? The first director that was attached to the film. Was it Fujikawa or I forgot. I got to read this shit again. Damn it. I had the damn thing up. Anyway, they're basically like Famuyiwa. Rick Famuyiwa. I said Fujikawa. Racist.
Wow, Cliff. What do you got against Asians?
Nothing at all.
Okay.
It was a slip of the tongue. Rick Famuyiwa. He cast her. Are you yawning?
Sorry. It's almost midnight.
You know what? Don't make me come through this phone.
You ain't doing shit. Finish.
I'll do it.
Finish the story.
Anywho, basically what they trying to do is they trying to get a white iris. That's what they doing. They trying to take the color away from Iris West, and they're trying to get a white iris for Flashpoint. That's what I'm sticking with. Bet. Damn it.
I mean, when you first told me, I don't know if you could tell by my reaction via text when you first told me about this. I thought you were talking about Candace Patton.
Oh, no.
I was about to lose my mind because I love that woman.
Yes.
I was like, no! No! Oh, don't take my baby from me. But I mean, I have not seen Justice League. It didn't matter because the scene was cut anyways, but
true.
However, I'm one of those people that's like, what does it matter if you know, I'm one of those people that thinks Idris Elba should be Batman.
No, he shouldn't.
Yes, he should.
No, he shouldn't.
Yes, he should.
No. We don't need a black Batman.
Yes.
No. And I'm saying this as a black man.
Make him James Bond.
Now, he can be James Bond.
Okay.
I'm okay with the black James Bond because James Bond 007 is a code name and anybody could be James Bond.
Right.
Bruce Wayne, Batman, is one human being. And he ain't black.
There was a little bit of rumblings on the Twitter between Chloe Bennett and who else was it?
You talking about sex trafficker Chloe Bennett?
What?
You talking about the girl from Smallville?
No, from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, that Chloe. Never mind. Chloe was her name on the actual show, wasn't it?
No. Somebody saw a thing of Daniel Day Kim from Hawaii Five-0 and Lost, Korean actor. He was wearing glasses, and then he took his glasses off, and somebody made a comment about him being like from Clark Kent to Superman. And there were people like, yeah, make him Superman. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. It doesn't bother me.
No.
It doesn't bother me at all. There's no law that says Batman must be white. Superman must be white.
Yes, it does.
Nah, it's Hollywood law.
No.
It's society law.
No.
It's somebody listening to this right now that's probably pissed the fuck off.
Probably. And this
about
is
to get triggered and get on Twitter and say, fuck you, Rob.
See, you got white guilt going on right now.
I
do not want to see this, and this is the reason why. It's not because I don't feel like, a black man can play Batman or Superman. That's not the issue. The issue for me is that I don't need a black Batman. You have Batwing, who is the son of Lucius Fox.
Okay.
Make a Batwing movie.
Well, a lot of people were wondering why when they were going to do Spider-Man Homecoming, why did you go Peter Parker? Why didn't you do Miles Morales?
Because they're introducing Miles later.
Well, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
They got an animated movie coming out.
Yeah.
But
and that's going to be Miles' introduction to the... I don't know if it's going to be part of the MCU, but I think it might just be a Sony, like, you know, they do their own little Spider-Verse or whatever. And that actually looks pretty cool. It's going to be a theatrical release.
mm-hmm.
But it's an animated theatrical release. Now, of course, fanboys are like, why don't we get a live action Miles Morales? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, whatever. I get it. I want him. Okay, I do want a live action Miles Morales. However, Marvel getting their hands on Peter Parker and doing him right was more important at the time. Miles Morales can come later. He can be part of the all new, all different Avengers when they do it 5 years from now.
So, who's Miles Morales if you make a live action?
Who is Miles Morales?
Yep. Do you go Donald Glover?
No, he's too old, and he's already in the MCU now. He's Miles' uncle. He's the Prowler. He can't be Miles. He's my age. Miles Morales is in high school.
What are you trying to say? Trying to say an old man can't be Spider-Man?
I'm trying to say that Donald Glover can't be Spider-Man. Not at this point. He can be the voice of Spider-Man.
I could be Spider-Man.
You could. You could be the voice of Spider-Man.
No. Why does Spider-Man have a lisp?
He must got
kids.
Oh, nope. I can't say it. Shit.
Spider-Man's got bulldog jaw.
Oh, man. See, this is the time where I just want to just say whatever I want to say. Why do I have to be a fucking adult? Jeez.
What were you going to say?
I can't say it. Out of I just can't. Out of fear of being destroyed by the internet. So
is that now a thing?
It is.
Fear of the internet.
Yeah, man. Fucking Fody. #Fody.
I think I'm going to name the episode this.
Fody.
Cliff fears the internet.
But I do now. I didn't realize I was such a prominent figure in the community, but apparently I am. Or at least I will be at some point. People are going to go back 2 years from now and listen to these podcasts, and I'll be like, Rob, you got to delete all that shit off the internet, bro. Got to archive that shit, bro. My star's too big. They're going to find me saying the R word.
So are you going to... You bleeped it, though.
Not the first time.
That's true. No, the one that I'm fearing is way back on episode 2.
Episode 2?
Yeah.
I don't know what we said.
Your description for our truth.
Oh.
Back then when we were,
when we gave no fucks.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can I have 0 fucks for 100, Alex? Yeah, but I mean, okay. So nowadays, who could play Miles Morales? I would have said at one point it could have been Jaden Smith.
Ew, I will punch you in the goddamn face for that when I see you next.
Jaden Smith has one of the hardest albums of 2017 out.
Are you fucking for real right now?
Have you heard it?
I don't give a shit.
You haven't heard it. I don't want to hear you right now.
You have lost. Dude.
No, listen to me.
How long have we been friends?
Robert.
How long have we been friends?
Robert.
How long
Robert.
have we been friends?
Robert.
Do you
Roberto.
think
Listen.
I am
listen
gonna
to me.
fucking no?
Listen to me.
No, I can't.
Listen to me.
Fuck Cliff fears the
No,
internet.
listen.
Rob hates Jaden Smith. That's the
Hey.
name of this episode.
I am telling you, bro. Remember how you tried to get me to listen to Korn?
Nah.
No, listen. Just listen. Remember back in the 9th grade when you tried to get me to listen to Korn and AC/DC and Metallica, and I was like, dude, who the fuck? I'm not listening to this shit. I don't even know half of this shit. No, telling you, bro. Listen to Jaden Smith's album. It is incredible.
I
swear,
cannot believe
bro.
I'm hearing you say this right now.
Bro, listen to me.
I wish people could see me right now
Listen
and
to
see
me.
how conflicted I am.
I just want Rob.
in that I love this man that's talking to me right now.
Listen.
This is my brother.
Listen
But
to
he
me.
is like, he's saying shit right now that I want to put my hands on you right now. That's what I want to do.
Listen, bro.
No.
I would not steer you wrong. I am
Can't.
telling you.
I can't.
Just listen.
No.
Just
Brent-
play the first song,
Mm-mm.
and you will not skip a song.
So I'm looking for a new co-host. Brent,
You have to know. Listen,
Brent,
Rob,
you want to?
listen. I am serious, as you know me. Okay, I've made music for probably 30% of my life. Have I ever steered you wrong? Musically. All I'm asking is that you listen with an open mind. And all of our listeners, if you are listening to this right now, listen to Jaden Smith's album. I am telling you, if I'm lying, I'm dying.
You're about to tell me next that you're a fan of Migos.
I am not necessarily a fan of Migos.
Oh my God.
However,
Oh my God.
I don't hate them. But it's for different reasons. Migos have I don't like them like as like personalities because I think they're kind of arrogant, pricky kind of dudes or whatever. But musically they do some things that is very difficult. And if you listen to their lyrics and you kind of have to go because they have that southern drawl that kind of makes them unintelligible. But because I've been living in Atlanta for the last 5 years, I actually understand what they're saying now. So it's a little bit different for me. But if you just think of like their word patterns and the way that they actually break down their bar structure, it's actually pretty good. I can't lie. But Jaden Smith is just on a whole different level. He can rap. Like, he can rap and he can make music and his beats are cold. I'm telling you. Jaden Smith, best album that I've heard in the last probably 6 months. Maybe all year.
I can't deal with this right now.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to play his single at the end of our show.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. Okay, maybe not because I don't want us to get sued. But I'm going to tweet out. I'm going to tweet it out. I'm telling you.
No.
Just move on, Rob. Listen to it. Listen to it for me, okay?
I can't.
So, wrestling, guys?
No. This is the end.
This week In wrestling news, we had our go-home show for SmackDown this week. Clash of Champions coming up. Would you like to give some quick predictions, Rob? All right. Well, Rob has signed off, so it's just going to be me. No, you're gone. You're gone. As a matter of fact, I'm going to mute you for the rest of the show. I'm going to pretend like you don't even exist.
Karate Kid.
Clash of Champions is Sunday, December 17th, and the card is as follows. At the top of the card, we'll go ahead and get this out of the way, is the WWE Championship match between AJ Styles and Jinder La Modern Day Maharaja Mahal.
I can't deal with this shit.
I, for one, am going to go with a AJ retain. Simply because I do not want to see Jinder Mahal anywhere near the WWE Championship ever again.
Jaden goddamn Smith.
We have the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus Natalya in a lumberjack match. My prediction is also for a retain by Charlotte Flair. There'll be some outside interference from the Riot squad, and I think Charlotte will end up coming out on top.
Called my fucking brother, and
I kind of push
horse shit.
Natalya away and let her drop out of the title scene for a while.
I'm just like, I can't.
The SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos versus the New Day versus Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, a.k.a. American Alpha 2.0 versus Rusev and Aiden English in a fatal four-way match. I don't know who's going to win this match. I really feel like the Usos...
So ain't gonna spill water everywhere. That's what happened.
Gonna retain. But
I'm all wet.
There is
thinking about Jaden Smith.
There's a chance that Rusev and Aiden English might somehow sneak out this victory. Just because the way they've been pushing them. They got a clean win over the New Day the other day, which actually got them into the four-way, which we used to be a three-way. And I think
on my Rusev day, he finds Jaden Smith and breaks his fucking back.
See, I was going to laugh, but you don't exist right now because I'm going to mute all this. So, Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with Shane and Daniel Bryan as special guest referees. I really don't know what the fuck is happening with this.
I don't know what the fuck is happening with you, Jaden Smith.
I feel like Shane and Daniel Bryan are going to end up in some sort of beef, which hopefully that means that they're going to have some sort of physical altercation, and that will lead to a Daniel Bryan return to the ring, which I keep hearing that he's not cleared. However, just a couple of weeks ago, they said he was cleared, and then somebody else sent out something else that said he wasn't. So I think that they may be trying to swerve us by saying that he's not cleared and then clearing him at the last minute. Who knows? But I think Kevin and Sami will end up winning this match somehow with the interference of Daniel Bryan, and I hope that it leads to a Daniel Bryan heel turn. Because
you just turned heel. That's what you did.
The Yep movement is first of all is fucking hilarious. And I really feel like Daniel Bryan is just kind of spinning his wheels as the GM of SmackDown. He doesn't really need the crowd like he used to for the pop. And I think he can play the pissed off, they won't let me wrestle, so I'm going to ruin your show heel manager, which I think would work really cool.
I just tweeted it out.
With Sami, Kevin, and Daniel as like a trio, faction, stable,
out that I need
whatever you want to call it.
That's what I did.
I'm going to also see I really don't even like the chemistry with Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura, so I really don't care what happens to them in that match.
Thought we had chemistry at
As
one
a
point.
United
Thought we did.
States Championship between Baron Corbin, Moist, Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. I'm gonna say
I'm moist right now because I got water all over me because I was pissed off and threw a bottle of water talking about Jaden Smith. That's what I
want to
did.
go with Bobby to win, but I don't think he'll get one right off the bat. They may try to push this out a little bit longer. I'm going to go with, pains me to say, but I'm going to go with the Baron Corbin retain.
Didn't pain you to say Jaden Smith had the best rap album of 2017?
I don't know why this match is even taking place, but Breezango versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Of course, they're going to squash Breezango in about 8 seconds. Zack Ryder versus Mojo Rawley. Hopefully, it's just going to be on the pre-show because it's called Clash of Champions, and neither one of these because they're champions right now. Mojo, of course, is probably going to get the dub because they're pushing this new big heel. Zach doesn't really need the win, and Mojo could use a push in the right direction with this new heel persona. So we'll see what happens with him. I think that's about it for predictions on Clash of Champions. We'll probably see some interference by the Singh brothers, thinking that this whole breakup has been a swerve. And I think that's about it, man. I actually do think it's going to be a pretty decent card. And I can't wait to check it out. So Sunday, we'll see you guys. WNA. And can't wait. Clash Champions. Boom. And on that note, you know what? So you can follow us on Twitter at WNA Podcast. Follow Clifford at Cliff Does It All with 2 L's because ladies love Clifford L. You can follow that. Oh, no, he's not on the show anymore. You can email us at WNApodcast@gmail.com. Send us your fucking mailbag questions. Or if you just have regular complaints, if you want to talk shit about the show
I got a
today,
complaint.
if you want to say that
I got one right now.
Nobody knows what they're talking about on the show, or if you want to just say
Jaden
how
Smith.
horrible of a person Rob is for not knowing real hip hop when it smacks him in the face,
I will. Joe,
you
son
can
of a bitch.
go ahead and follow us on all of your podcast, wherever you get your podcast, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, etc. Google us, damn it. Visit us at WNApodcast.com. I think hopefully Rob has changed it. If he hasn't, it's still WrestlingNerdsAlliance.com. That
I may
will be
not need to
changing
anymore.
soon. We're going to probably just change this show to cliffswna.com. So be on the lookout for that solo project coming soon. Full of amazing segments like Cliff reads to the ladies. Cliff does Twitter. Cliffs rates the Cliffs. So I'm going to actually rate my Cliffs versus my Cliffs. So yeah. I'm going to give this segment about 5.5 Cliffs because Rob's not in it.
Oh.
And
how many cliffs did you give Jaden Smith's album?
I'm not going to answer that question because I didn't hear it because you're not there.
For a minute, I was about to be like, so all this time you've had me believing that this album was the greatest and you've never listened to it. So were you lying?
No, I'm not, bro. I give it like I'd give it 5 Cliffs right now, bro.
I can't deal with you right now.
I'm telling you, listen to the fucking album.
No, I can't. There is something inside of me that, like, I can't.
It's called
I can't
hate.
do it.
That's what it's called,
not
Rob.
hate.
It's called hate.
I can't.
Listen to the album.
Because, okay, listen. I already do not like the boy. Okay? As a person, as a human being, I do not like that person.
Hey.
If I listen to his album and I think it's garbage, it will make me hate him more. And I can't have that much hate in my heart, Cliff.
But you're not going to. This album, you're actually going to be like, holy shit, I like Jaden Smith.
No.
I'm telling you, bro.
No.
I was not a Jaden Smith music fan. I listened to this album, and it is incredible. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Did you have
I
any?
feel like I just.
Do you have any
I feel like I
predictions
just
for
found
Clash
out.
of Champions? I guess I
I feel
can
like I
let
just
you back
found
in
out
at
that you
this
slept
point.
with my wife. That's what I feel like right
What'd she tell you?
now. Predictions for Clash of Champions. It'll be a show.
Sweet.
It'll be a show. Bludgeon Brothers win. AJ wins. Aside from that, it'll be a show.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, on that note,
At that Rob guy on Twitter.
it's about time to go home.
I'm Rob English.
I'm Clifford L. Johnson, saying to you, when life hands you adversity, always kick out at 2.
You're just going to steal all my shit. You're going to tell me that Jaden Smith has the best rap album of 2017, and then you're going to steal my line. It's the end. It's the last episode. Go on Twitter if you're interested in being the new co-host on WNA.
Too sweet.
Fuck.
Good night, everybody. Tune
Jaden
in next
fucking
week
Smith.
to Cliff's WNA.
I can't wait to get to school each day and wait for you to pass my way. And bells start to ring, and angel starts to sing. Hey, that's the girl for you. So what are you gonna do? Hey, little girl, I love you so. All I do
And see.